What up, guys? Right on Sports News. Today we got an interesting video, and this is gonna be a weekly segment on the Right on Sports News channel, and it's gonna be called Ranked Fridays, to where I pick a position. Well, actually, you the fans. That's what's interesting. You the fans pick a position, and this week it's gonna be running back and active running backs, but we can either do active or all time. And it could be of any sport. Say you want baseball, basketball, hockey. If you want any sport, really, I'll do it. Just put it down in the comments. This video was suggested by our good friend Josh. He helps us out at Right On Sports News headquarters. And he wanted to see top 3 running backs in the NFL right now. And I felt, you know what? Alright, cool. This is a very interesting video because this is a hot take. It's a good discussion because a lot of people think there's, you'll hear LeVeon's the best, you'll hear David Johnson's the best, you'll hear Todd Gurley, you hear Zeke, you'll hear Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette thrown in the discussion, the rookies, and I think it's just an excellent discussion. And well, let's get down to it. I'm going to start off with number 3, the third best running back in the league, in my book, is the Arizona Cardinals running back David Johnson. And the only reason why I didn't put him higher is because he was injured all last season. And I'm sure he's going to bounce back. Really, it was only just a wrist injury, so how much could that hinder his progress coming into this season? But he did miss a season. And if you look back at his rushing yards, he hasn't led the league yet. He hasn't been up there, even in the top 5. But what sets him apart is his all-purpose yards. And why that gets him up there is because he's an excellent running back. The guy is an absolute tank. There's no doubt about it. He's even got speed for how big he is. But the guy is a great receiver. I really think that David Johnson can make a living over at wide receiver. And for a team like the Arizona Cardinals, who doesn't really have a good offensive line, doesn't have a good team in general, really, it just makes it that much more special. And really that's why I put him at 3rd, and that's why he made the list in the first place. So, really, the guy, all-purpose yards is a big thing for me. And David Johnson is an absolute monster, and I believe he leads the league. He led the league last year in all-purpose yards for running backs. So, really great job. Now, he was one of Carson Palmer's favorite targets. He loved it. Now, what's going to be interesting is new coach, Sam Bradford. That's why I kind of held back on putting him in the top. But at 3rd's not bad. It really isn't. 2nd best. And this was an interesting one, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with it, and I don't care. This is the way it is. 2nd best running back in the league is Pittsburgh Steelers running back LeVeon Bell. The guy is extremely shifty. The guy makes his own plays, and I think he is extremely good. And if it wasn't, My first place guy I had to put in front of him. I just had to. Le'Veon's been consistent. The past 2 years he's had 1,200 yards. He finished 5th last year and 2nd this year in rushing. And he's an extremely good running back. He makes his own plays. And I love his running style. Absolutely love his running style because he sits there, waits for the O-line to make a hole, and just exploits it. And he makes that O-line look 10 times better than what it actually is. Really, that O-line, it's good, but it needs a lot of improvement. And you can see by how much Big Ben goes down every single game and how many times he actually gets injured. But Le'Veon just makes it look 10 times better. And really, that's part of his greatness. And like David Johnson, he's a very good all-purpose yards running back because he's a good receiver too. I love those versatile running backs to where they're great at receiving and running. Anymore in this league, you can't just be a strict running back. Can't just be a strict running back anymore. You got to be able to catch the ball along with running the ball. That's just a huge part of the game. And really, just LeVeon and David Johnson do it the best. I had to put LeVeon second. And before I move on from LeVeon, that guy Joe Mixon, he copies LeVeon's moves. And he just can't do it the same. Buddy, create your own move. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying, well, why can't he run like LeVeon? You know, what's wrong with that? It's just, I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying, create your own move. You're never going to be able to do it like LeVeon. So try something else. Try doing your own move. Trademark something else. Don't be copycatting here. Anyway, the best running back in the league, I just felt hands down, best running back in the league, Todd Gurley. Running back of the Los Angeles Rams. The guy is an absolute animal. The guy is an animal. He led the league in touchdowns. And his whole entire career, he's been a touchdown machine. Just rookie year. And there was a lot of questions coming out of college because he had an injury. And I can understand that. It's kind of hard to really make it. It's kind of hard to make a grade on a guy who just got hurt in college and say, you know, I want to draft him here. It's very hard to make that call. And the Rams bit the bullet, and they got they got the best running back in the league. I believe they drafted him 10th overall. Just rookie season was absolutely phenomenal. Now sophomore season, I'm going to throw out the window. A lot of people are just going to say, well, it was just a sophomore slump, so why even bother throwing it out the window? That was the end of the Jeff Fisher era, final year. Nobody knew at all what they were doing on that offense. Jared Goff didn't even play well, and we saw how Jared Goff took off this year once he got an actual coach. That's why that offense was so confused. That whole team was so confused that I'm not going to fault Todd Gurley for it. I'm not. And now Todd Gurley finally got a coach who knows what he's doing. They got an offense that knows what they're doing. And Todd Gurley just took off. And this is an offensive line that really isn't that great. And Todd Gurley just makes his own plays. And rarely do you see an athlete with that size and that speed. He can outrun some of the best. I've seen it done. And he's got power. He can catch the ball. What I love is that Jared Goff helps Todd Gurley, and Todd Gurley helps Jared Goff. That a lot of people, you know, they'll say, well, you run the ball to open up passing lanes. Well, the Rams pass the ball to open up the running lanes. It goes hand in hand, and Jared Goff and Todd Gurley, they are perfect for a quarterback and running back duo. Just absolutely great. They're starting a dynasty over there. The Rams are going to be excellent. I actually picked them to be my Super Bowl. You can go check out my last vid if you want to see. I picked them to be the Super Bowl champs this year. Just Todd Gurley is an absolute animal. And he's always up there in yards, receiving yards, all-purpose yards. The guy is great. That's it. Todd Gurley's the best in the league. It is what it is. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please leave a comment down below of what position, whether all-time, no matter what sport, active, leave it down below of what you want me to talk about in next Friday's Ranked Friday video. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to introduce a weekly segment to the channel, and I think it's great. So, thank you, Josh, who helps us out at Right On Sports News headquarters, because he wanted this vid, and really, hopefully, we get more suggestions. If not, I'll just have to pick. That's how it is. But always remember, right on, brother. We'll see you.